I'm going to show you how to hit driver much better by showing you 5 things you should not be doing when hitting the driver. I'm going to show you things that you should be doing. And also stay tuned to the 5th one because I'm going to test myself live on this video. Number 1, do not set up to hit your driver like you would do your irons. They are very, very different swings. So setting up to your driver like an iron would be a big mistake. What you should be doing is setting up to your driver to give you the best possible chance to create speed, power, and to hit up on the ball. And to do that, when hitting driver, you want to have the ball position just inside your left heel. You want to approach with a much wider stance than you would do with your irons to create power. And also, you want a little bit of upper body tilt. That way you can hit up on the golf ball and strike it the most efficient way. So number 1, do not set up to hit your driver like you would do your irons because they are very different types of swings. Number 2, don't just use your arms. If you look at your body in power, mass, your legs, your torso, your body is going to create much more power than just your arms. Even if you have the strongest arms in the world, if you only use your arms, you would not create speed. And I see a lot of golfers quite simply just swinging at a driver, just kind of wafting their arms at it. And you need speed, you need power. So make sure when you're hitting driver, you're turning the body. You're making sure that your shoulders are turning and your hips are turning and you're creating power from the ground. You're rotating your body and quite simply your arms are just following what your body allows it to do. And even on the way down, make sure it's the body that's turning, the hips are firing, the legs are working, the torso's coming through. And then finally the arms can create a little bit of that last minute momentum. But do not swing with just your arms, use your body. That way you can create speed and hit driver much, much better. Number 2, don't just use your arms, make sure you use your body as well. Number 3, don't hit down with your driver. And what I mean by that, think about the club head coming into the golf ball. If the club head is coming down into the golf ball, you don't get the correct launch angle or the correct spin, you lose distance. Ideally, what the club wants to be doing is moving up into the ball. So hitting upwards, you create the best launch angle and the best distance. In simple terms, imagine this was a plane on the runway. It wants to be taking off into the ball as opposed to coming down onto the runway. To hit up is definitely key with driver. And to allow you to do that, the setup we talked about in number 1 is key. But also, as we come into the golf ball, allow your upper body still to be slightly tilted backwards. So I'm allowing my hips to turn, but my upper body has a slight tilt in it, very similar to how I approach that setup position. That way that club can hit up into the ball. And as I mentioned, it's almost like the plane taking off the runway as opposed to coming down into the runway. Number 3, do not hit down on driver. Make sure you hit up. And that's how you'll hit that big long drive. That was